hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets, the coach will regret even letting him stay in the game. See my route took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on, smash. Put in the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash.
And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
56. Watch the pass.
Throwing on second and long. Allen going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long.
Check three. 56. Hey, zoom.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen taking a shot for Samuel. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So instead of fourth down, first down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because third down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Now they try the right side here. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. Opening minute and already a trip to the red zone. First and 10 right at the 20.
You draw quarters. Man, I got you. Monday. It's a safety creep.
And to give this time to the tailback. Oh, what a move. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a second and 3. Now a handoff looking right. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it first and goal. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now Jones. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Shift. Check it back.
This is Samuels. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
This opening drive has taken them to the 2, but now they come up on a 3rd and goal.
4 down. Check. 5 wide. Crash down. Under 10. X3. 218. Chopper. Come on. Look out.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Well, that's a solid opening drive, and nothing fancy there at the end, just pounded in.
That felt like old school football, didn't it? All right, down at the goal line, and not only were they able to punch it in, as you just emphasized, they did it against a goal line defense that's stacked to stop the run. So if you're on that offensive side of the ball, you feel great about yourself right now. You're actually able to dominate a group that expected you to run the ball and still punched it in.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And he'll give it here to his running back. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
Here we go. 57 ending. It's a party now. Check. Crunch. Set up.
Right back to him on first down. He's got the first down here inside the 30. That burst good for 20 and a first down. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
45. Mike, 45.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They run for the first time with Justice Hill. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. From the gun, Fields. His throw caught at about the 5. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. 2nd and 5. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10.
And now they'll throw with Allen. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Check 45 to Mike. Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Jim. Stop. General West.
On the counter, here's Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
Recon, 132 fighter.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
A gain of a yard on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Two-jet bomber.
Jones. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
It's now 4th down and 1.
And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And this winds up a disaster. Nowhere near the marker. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because, as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
Let's go. 6 yards. Let them know. Check. Check out route.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Taken down at the 17-yard line. A gain of 7 yards.
Safe.
3rd down.
Let's go. Right on. 45. Mike, 45.
Off play action. Fields escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete.
A good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
The Broncos send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
A gain there of 30 big ones.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
The wide receiver, the ball carrier. He's out of bounds behind the line.
The head coach relied on his eagle eye in the sky to make the right call and was told to challenge it, and it looks like it's paid off.
And from a coach's standpoint, when you throw that flag, it's probably a pretty tense moment. Here it pays off.
Yeah, you have that little bit of indecision. You throw it where you feel like you're right, and then you think, uh-oh, did I get it right? In this case, they can celebrate.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League.
Alert! Check three, check three. Show it up, show it up.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Flush to his right. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. Armstrong. Accelerating, and off he goes. 30, 20, and he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A huge play there for Denver, 75 yards. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today, a guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. On 2nd down now, it's Armstrong, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Back to throw. Fields. Anderson a first down and more. And it's caught. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They come out here in the eye. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. He's done right there.
Here's a 2nd and 7. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
Let's go, baby.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. 2nd and 1. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Third down. It's Armstrong. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away, and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Bravo! New draw quarters. Check 45 to Mike.
Allen going to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
On 1st down, Fields. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fleming. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. 2nd and 3. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now a give, right side, Armstrong. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
First down, Broncos.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check. You got motion there.
Now a give, right side, Armstrong. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Got it. 45, Mike, 45. Here we go, here we go.
To throw on 3rd down. Fields. He's got his tight end fan. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. On first down, it's Armstrong. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 13-yard line.
Let's go now. I got 18 data.
Second and 11. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Operating from the gun, Fields. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. Back now in Tampa. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. And Lutz puts this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game, this one. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! DK Metcalf, his 19th touchdown now on the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Elliott now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. He rifles one that's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second.
From the 38, Allen gets this to his running back. That's Jalen Samuels. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Jalen Samuels, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now.
Makes the score Buccaneers 21, Broncos 3. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And it'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down.
Shift. Check 9. Switch.
To throw on 2nd down. Fields into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Fields. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Frank Clark in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. The Broncos send out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Fielded just inside the 30. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. And again this time to the tailback. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. But now it's 3rd down.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
49, check 49. Chopper! Hey, home.
Now Allen. The open man is Shark. It's complete. 23 yards, the final tally. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Allen now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
X3, 218, chop.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 21-yard line.
Mike's 54. Mike's 50. Alert!
Now they try the right side here. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Allen now looks to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 11, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Back. 81. Switch ball. He finds the mic. Hey, tighten down. There you go. Let go.
Throwing again. Fields. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. First target, first catch, and a first down. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a play fake here on first down. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. He got 29 yards that time. Looking to throw. Fields. Throw left side complete. That's Fleming. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Michael Gallup, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos get a bit closer.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Lutz with the extra point, and it makes the score 21-10. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Hey, 180! Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Get him! Get him! Get him!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Able to get there and pick it. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
You don't want it. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. SOS. Check 26. Check 26.
Operating from the gun. Fields. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but it'll be 2nd down.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Fields. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
56. Silver. Whip. Watch the whip.
On 4th down, Fields. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot.
Mike spot 4. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Watch the 10. Sunday. Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Alert. Get ready. Watch the ship.
So Allen's going to look to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, come on, now. Check the half. Regular. Check. Recon, 132 fighter.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. I tell you, Charles, You play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. Well, we saw action to the final whistle in this one. Not only the touchdown at the end to add to their lead, then they tried to put more on top of the two-point conversion but didn't get it.
That's someone that wants to win and by as many as possible. They don't get the two-point conversion to add on top, but just the idea of going for it with that type of a lead already when they didn't need to do so, that tells you what his mentality is. He's an attack, attack, attack coach. Always attack.
So for the Bucs, they'll wrap up the campaign an impressive 15-1. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they go out with a bit of a whimper as they wrap up a very trying 3-13 season. And this front office will have plenty of work to do in the draft and through free agency to turn this ship around. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.